Hello, and a very warm welcome to Unleashing Your Inner Dragon, talks on Bruce Lee, philosophy, psychology, and the powers of personal liberation. This is talk number 4 on Bruce Lee's 7 pillars of success. We've been through memory, we've been through the imagination, and we've been through subconscious mind. And this talk is about emotions. This is what Bruce Lee had to say on this topic. Realizing that my emotions are both positive and negative, I will form daily habits which will encourage the development of the positive emotions and aid me in converting the negative emotions into some form of useful action. Well, there we go. Simple, basic, but enormously powerful. We can get into all sorts of complicated explanations about the emotions. We can look at different ideas that come from different therapies, Freud and Jung and Adler, and many different ideas about emotional intelligence, etc. There is a book, Emotional Intelligence, which is all about how to be more intelligent emotionally, obviously. So it's a subject that, like so many things, we can make very complicated, we can make very technical. But Bruce simplifies it down here. He simplifies it down very elegantly into, first of all, just the acceptance that some of our emotions work for us, some of our emotions work against us. That's the way it is. And what we need to do is to work on, first of all, accentuating the positive emotions. Bruce Lee had a very positive outlook on life. Not positive Pollyanna, positive in the school of Tony Robbins, of leaping about and all that stuff and walking on the red hot coals. No. That stuff is cosmetic. Bruce Lee had a very deep positive philosophy, positive psychology, built on resilience, tenacity, purpose, drive, all of those things. And of course, that was challenged by life, as all of us have challenges in life. Bruce Lee had challenges. He had his back injury, which laid him out for months. He had rejections from the film world due to him being Chinese, and they didn't like that. They didn't think that would work in films of the late 60s, early 70s in America. So he faced lots of challenges, which again could be turned into negative emotions. But, you know, as he said, you've got to work with these negative emotions, not try necessarily to just get rid of them, but use them, utilize them. They're a message, after all. They're telling you something, and you can use them. You can work with them to change the way you are, to change the way you act, and therefore often changing the way you act, which was a very powerful thing for Bruce Lee. Changing your actions changes your thoughts, changes your feelings. We often get stuck in this very linear, it's got to be change your thinking, change your feeling, change your actions. No, not always. Sometimes an action change leads to a thought change, which leads to an emotion change. And Bruce Lee was a highly developed action person. You know, action was his whole life. And we need to bear that in mind when we're thinking about our negative and positive emotions. So it's a good idea to look at this balance in your own life, to see how much of the time you're in a more positive state, you're in a more optimistic state, you're in a good state of being, a positive state of consciousness. And then to look at your negative states and to figure out what you can do with them, how you can work with them, and actually transform them, which is what I think Bruce Lee was saying here. Thank you very much for watching.